Title: My teenage son refused to look at me in court. He's been violent and dangerous, my ex testified. The judge asked if I had any questions. Just one, I replied, holding up my son's phone. Shall I play last Tuesday's conversation with your mother? My son's eyes went wide. The court reporter inhaled sharply as the audio began. Chapter 1, The Accusation. The courtroom was suffocatingly silent, the kind of silence that presses against your chest and makes each breath feel exaggerated. I sat at the defendant's table, hands clasped, staring at the wood grain as my ex-wife took the stand. Her voice was smooth, rehearsed, and dripping with false concern. He's been violent, dangerous, erratic. Our son is afraid of him. Every word wasn't for the judge or lawyers. It was for my son, sitting just a few feet away. My son, who refused to meet my gaze. His eyes were glued to the floor, jaw tight, shoulders stiff. 15 years of scraped knees, bedtime stories, Saturday morning pancakes. Everything erased in a few calculated sentences. The judge tapped his gavel. Mr. Carter, do you have any questions for the witness? My ex-wife folded her hands neatly, her lawyer grinning as if the victory was already theirs. I rose slowly, the chair scraping the floor. My voice was calm but firm. Just one. From my pocket, I pulled out a phone, not mine, my son's, and held it up. Shall I play last Tuesday's conversation with your mother? The gallery stirred. My son's head shot up, eyes wide with shock. The court reporter froze, pen hovering. The lie was about to unravel. Chapter 2, The Recording. The phone speaker crackled to life, her voice sharp and unmistakable filling the courtroom. Listen, sweetheart. If you just say your dad scared you, the judge will give me full custody. Then we won't have to deal with him anymore. You want that, don't you? Gasps rippled through the gallery. The court reporter's pen slipped. Even the bailiff raised his eyebrows. Then came my son's hesitant voice. But Dad never hurt me. He just yells sometimes, like when I forget homework. Her reply was cold as ice. That doesn't matter. You'll say what I told you. If you love me, you'll do this. Don't let me down in court. The judge slammed his gavel. Order in the court. He turned sharply to my ex-wife. Mrs. Carter, is this your voice? Did you instruct your son to fabricate testimony? She stammered, color draining from her face, her lawyer fumbling with notes. I was just trying to. This is not trying. The judge cut her off. This is manipulation of a minor and attempted perjury. My son's eyes finally met mine. Wide, trembling lips. Fear and doubt replaced by realization. He knew. The courtroom, once ruled by her lies, was now mine. Chapter 3, The Cross-Examination. Whispers filled the courtroom as a recording echoed in everyone's mind. My ex-wife froze, hands clutching the armrests. Her lawyer leaned close, whispering frantically, but the damage was done. Judge Morrison leaned forward, voice firm. Mrs. Carter, you are under oath. This court has just heard you instruct your son to lie. Do you understand the seriousness of your actions? She swallowed hard, lips pressed together, avoiding his gaze. I rose, straightened my jacket, and walked deliberately to the stand. My voice calm, every word precise. You testified that I was violent, that our son feared me. Can you provide a single police report, medical record, or witness statement to support that claim? She blinked rapidly. No. Then why, Mrs. Carter, did you tell our son to lie? Why pressure him to betray his own father? Her eyes darted to her parents in the gallery, then back to her lap. I leaned slightly, voice quieter but cutting. You weren't afraid of me. You were afraid of losing custody, afraid of losing control. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. She flinched, her face flaming with humiliation. The judge banged his gavel. Enough. I've heard what I need to hear. In that moment, the scales of justice tipped. Chapter 4, The Verdict. Judge Morrison's voice rang clear and steady. This court has heard a mother attempt to manipulate her child under oath. That constitutes emotional abuse and perjury. Her testimony is discredited. No credible evidence of violence or danger has been presented against the father. The father has acted with composure and restraint. effective immediately. Primary custody is awarded to the father. The mother will have supervised visitation pending mandatory counseling. Court is adjourned. Whispers erupted. The gallery buzzed like a hive. My ex-wife's face drained of color. She looked at her parents in desperation. They avoided her gaze. Her lawyer closed his briefcase silently. Years of manipulation and lies collapsed in a single afternoon. Chapter 5, the moment that mattered. As the bailiff called the court adjourned, my son stood. He walked to me, voice quiet but audible. "Dad, can I come home with you?" My throat tightened. I placed a hand on his shoulder. "Yes, son. Let's go home." The victory wasn't about custody papers. It was about trust restored. Chapter 6, the aftermath. The gavel's echo lingered long after leaving the courthouse. The battle left scars, not just on me, but on my son. For my ex-wife, the downfall was swift. The courtroom recording spread through her social and professional circles. Friends abandoned her. Parents remained silently disappointed. Counseling and supervised visitation became her reality. Confidence stripped, arrogance replaced with shame. Our healing was slow. My son carried guilt. Guilt for believing her, for sitting on the other side of the courtroom, for almost breaking our bond. I never blamed him. He was just a child caught in a storm too big to bear alone. We rebuilt gradually. Shared dinners, quiet talks, nights of sleep without lies pressing down. Weeks later, he whispered, "Dad, I'm sorry I didn't believe you." I hugged him. You never have to apologize for being lied to. What matters is you know the truth now. Revenge wasn't about destruction. It was seeing her lies collapse under their own weight. And knowing my son chose me, not because of a court order, but because he wanted to. The recording that surfaced became the blade that cut her down. Epilogue, years later. Time softened the sharp edges of that courtroom battle. But the memory remained, a scar we carried as a mark of survival. My son grew into a man wise beyond his years, graduating with honors, strong in character. When asked about childhood, he smiled softly. "My dad taught me what truth really means." We built new traditions, road trips, late-night chess games, dinners filled with laughter. The gap carved by lies closed until unbreakable. Her shadow faded. Supervised visits became brief calls, then vanished. She had witnessed the price of manipulation, and my son refused to pay it again. Slowly, quietly, her world diminished. Friends and professional doors closed. She was left with only her own choices. And I remembered her courtroom words. "He's violent, dangerous." Every time my son laughed freely, succeeded without fear, I knew the truth. The only violence had been her manipulation, and it was her own voice, the recording of her lies, that became her undoing. Was the revenge justified? You decide. If this story resonated, share it, comment below, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping tales of betrayal and justice. Here, every lie meets its reckoning. Every betrayal finds its shadow. Stay sharp, stay strong, stay tuned.